You know you can be overhydrated, right? Yes, you can drink too much water. Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my YouTube. If you're new here, I'm Isabella and I'm known on Instagram as the No Bullshit Fitness Trainer because everything I provide is factual, science-based and all based on meta-analysis and systematic reviews. And I hate the fitness industry, okay? It pisses me off. As a professional in the industry, I am disgusted by other people in the industry, straight up. So I'm out here trying to make a change. I don't tell you guys to buy useless stuff like green juices. What the fuck? So yeah, I just want to give you guys truthful information. I want you guys to understand how your body really works, so you guys can have a healthy relationship with fitness and with food. So let's get started with today's video. Today's video, I don't have to break it to y'all, okay? Because being an adult is hard, and I think this might break some of y'all because it broke me. You know you can be overhydrated, right? Yes, you can drink too much water. You can be overly hydrated and you'll have symptoms. And yeah, I've been overly hydrated in the past and it's actually really dangerous. So let's talk about it, because I know there's lots of people on TikTok saying you have to drink so much water for good for your hair, skin, nails, body. And yeah, it's true, but there is a limit. So let's talk about water poisoning. Yeah, I know, being an adult is hard. Water poisoning. So we're going to talk about why water is important, how much water you need per day, what happens when you drink way too much water, and how to tell if you're overhydrated. All of my references, any specific added information will be put in the description box down below, so you can go ahead and read more if you like. Let me just hydrate real quick. Why water is important? Water is important because our body is between 50 to 60% water. This will vary based on your body, your age, your weight. That's why kids don't have to drink as much water as adults and so forth. We lose water in so many ways. It isn't just about sweating. You lose water when you breathe. The hell? When you breathe. The human body is actually crazy, isn't it? But yes, when you breathe, you lose water. So it is vital that you hydrate. It isn't just about how much sweat you put. No, you lose water when you breathe. Of course, if you exercise or use a sauna and you sweat more, then you'll be losing more water. Water also affects not just our hair, skin and nails that you hear about all the time, but also affects our brain. Being dehydrated can lead to constipation. It affects skin health, energy levels, heart, your kidneys, and because it is 50 to 60% of our body, it essentially affects everything. Your brain, your heart, your kidneys. What have I missed out at this point? It affects everything. So we need to be hydrated. So how much water do you need per day? Well, actually, when people speak about hydration, they're telling you about how much water you need to drink. Hydration isn't just about water. But drinking too much water can lead to water poisoning, and this is what I'm talking about. We need to understand the difference between over drinking water and true hydration. So the NHS Eatwell guide says that we need to have 6 to 8 glasses of fluid per day. This doesn't necessarily have to be water. Any liquid counts: milk, juice, coffee, water, any fluids. So if you don't like water, you can hydrate another way. Find a form of fluid that you like. And if you are my bestie watching this, babes, I need you to stop living off 1 can of Coke per day. Okay, that's not enough hydration. Maybe have 2 cans of Coke. I don't know, do something crazy. But babes, if you see this, I'm getting worried. 1 can of Coke for the whole day as your only form of fluids. Please try and increase it to 2 at least. Anyway. So specifically, let's talk about when you drink too much water. When you overhydrate it with water, your kidneys will not be able to handle the excess. And drinking too much water can lead to an electrolyte imbalance. There are lots of different types of electrolytes. For example, magnesium, phosphate, calcium, and electrolytes are minerals. And we can find electrolytes in our urine, our blood, our sweat. So because we can find them in our blood, our sweat, it is essential for our body to function properly. We need electrolytes for our body to function. Adequate hydration is also important for muscle contraction. So speaking of electrolytes, when we watch sports games, what do we see? Who are the sponsors of these games? We see sports drinks sponsoring these games. For example, I basically live off Lucozade Sport. The reason why you'll see sports drinks like Powerade, Lucozade Sport is because they have electrolytes in it. It will help the athletes hydrate properly. Yes, if you drink too much water and you dilute your electrolytes, it can lead to water poisoning. When your electrolytes become heavily diluted, it can lead to this, which I cannot pronounce, which is essentially really low sodium levels. So how can we tell if we're overhydrated? Well, just like a lot of things to do with our health, take a look when you go to the bathroom. So with digestion, it's really important you look at your stool. With hydration, it's important to look at your urine. The darker the color, the more dehydrated you are. The lighter the color, the more hydrated you are. However, if your urine is clear, like how mine was for a very long time, then you are drinking too much water. You do not want it to be clear. You want it to be slightly yellow, kind of like lemonade. But yeah, if it's super clear, you need to cut back on the water. You need to chill out a little bit. Well done for being hydrated, but take a step back. You want it to be slightly yellow. So let's talk about the symptoms that you can experience. And you know what? I do have, I've had a few messages from my Instagram followers saying to me that, like, when they work out, they feel really lightheaded, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like trying to figure out what it is because the doctors can't figure it out. So I'm like, maybe something specific to do with sports. That could be why. And a lot of times when I'm saying to them how much water you're drinking, they tell me how much water they drink, and I'm like, okay, sweetie, that's just way too much. Like, I need you to start cutting back. Just a little, just start cutting back. And I'm going to integrate this into what I actually experienced. So I was so drowsy. Damn. I also had just started taking birth control at the time, like the pill. So my doctors were very confused. They're like, oh, maybe it's the birth control. But like, I was so drowsy. I don't even know how to explain it to you properly. I do have a video, but you know what, I may put in the video. I don't want to because I don't look good. But I may just put it in to show you what happened. But basically, I was shutting down. Let's say I just woken up. My body is essentially awake, like, you know, there's no reason for me to be tired, but I would be so drowsy. I will not be able to keep my eyes open. What would happen is that, like, you know, I would work from home, so I was working at the time, and I'll just be on my laptop, you know, like just out here working. And the next thing you know, I wake up and it's the next day. I'm like, whoa, what's happened? Like, all I remember before blanking out is like being like this. Do you know what I mean? And I'll be like, stay awake. Like, why am I tired? I'm not tired. I don't feel tired, but I am. Like, I couldn't figure it out. And the next thing you know, it's the next day, and I was like, wow, this is dangerous. This isn't good. Yeah, this is worrying. And at the time, I was in a relationship. My boyfriend at the time was like to me, okay, this is really weird. You know what? I'm gonna make your favorite food. Maybe you're just like really tired. Maybe you're not eating enough. And I was like, boy, you know that's not the problem. Like, what's going on? So he makes me my favorite meal. By the time it comes up, I'm gone. So he wakes me up. He's like to me, Isabella, come on, you need to eat. And I'm like, what? This ain't a problem. He gives me the plate, and I'm trying to have it in bed because I'm so weak I can barely move. And I can't hold the plate. It's too heavy for me. It's really weird to explain. And I just kept closing my eyes, and he'd be like, Isabella, wake up, cunt, let me sleep, man. Anyways, so he'd give me the knife and fork, and each time he would like, so he would turn around to give me the knife and fork, and I'm gone, I'm already. So he wakes me up again, and I'm like, oh, he's like, here's the knife and fork. I'm like, okay, thank you. I take them both in my hands, I'm gone. He wakes me up again, and I'm like to him, listen, at this point you need to cut it for me, okay? Like, do you know what I mean? Anyways, I didn't end up eating it. I had to wait till the next day, had it then. But yeah, I was having also severe headaches that seemed like a migraine, but it wasn't, because I wasn't sensitive to light. It was really weird. I was having pounding. I was having really severe pain in my head, but I was fine with light. And that definitely isn't a migraine. It was just a severe headache. So we spoke about drowsiness and headaches. So to recap, we need to be hydrated for our body to function properly, but you do not want to overdo the water. Any fluids can hydrate you. It doesn't necessarily have to be water. When you drink too much water, you can dilute your electrolytes. To see if you're overhydrated, check your urine. The darker yellow it is, the more dehydrated you are, and therefore you need to hydrate. If it's clear, you are overhydrated and you need to cut back on the water. I hope this helps. I hope it's taught you something new. So yeah, hydrate, guys. Don't feel like you have to restrict yourself to water. Not a lot of us like the taste of water, so if you hydrate with a juice instead, that's fine. That still counts as your fluid intake. just don't overdo the water. Please give me a follow, it will help me a lot. I know I'm very transparent about how much money I make through social media. It's quite easy to me to be transparent about it because I make £0. Zero. I make nothing. Why? Because you girls too honest. But you know what? It's for the best. I'd rather be honest. I'd rather be honest because your physical health and mental health is so important. I need you guys to look after it. And you know, if I promote green juices and supplements and tell you guys food is unhealthy and healthy, and get you guys to develop bad habits and bad relationship with fitness and with food, then yes, I would be making money, but you guys would be at mental risk and physical risk, and that is something I cannot simply do. So please do subscribe, because I think with YouTube, when you hit 2,000 subscribers, something like that, which I have a long way to go, then you can start getting paid for views, and that would really help me a lot. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. You guys are beautiful. Bye.